If YouTubers had mascots, how would they be? That's the question that popped out of my head while having a frictionless wipe in the toilet. The same way that some companies or brands have theirs, I decided to make the same but for some YouTubers. Now, to make it more interesting, I have made it completely randomized, doing a full list of YouTubers and another list of mascot types, and throwing them into a roulette. Then I only had to roll both and make the combination that comes out, until I get tired of drawing. And the first YouTube channel to come out was Jubilee, which I don't know that much, but I know enough. And the mascot type of Jubilee is Undead. Well, this will be hard. Or at least that's what I thought, but then I started thinking about this channel and how I could join it with Undead, and ideas started popping off. My first thought was a vampire, because the content that they make rely on other people, but after doing a sketch it didn't feel right, because a vampire sucks blood from people, but Jubilee doesn't go against people to suck their lives or something like that. And after thinking again, I realized that Jubilee is more like a boss or something like that, does not get involved and just lets the fight develop. So I sketched a type of lich that could summon undeads, and I like it, but something was not right, so I wanted to make one last sketch. And thinking back again, I remembered that they have a format of video that is like a round circle of people and one is in the middle debating the others. And then it hit me. This is the modern version of the gladiatorial events of ancient Rome in the Roman Colosseum. And who made those events and ruled everything there? The Roman Emperor. So I did a sketch with an undead skeleton vampire Roman Emperor that uses a J and the dot from Jubilee as a walking stick, because it only has one leg. And here you have the final result. Personally, I like it a lot. Has a lot of personality. So, after making this, I went to the roulette again and I made it another throw in which came out Markiplier. I was very happy that he came out. I watched some of his videos and I really like it. Now the mascot type came out as robot, and I was a little unhappy. I was expecting for something like reptile or bird, but it is what it is. The first thing was to think about him and his channel, so I thought that his channel has been one of the faces of YouTube. A classic YouTuber that has a comfy feeling on his videos. And this is what I tried to implement on the first sketch. It's not bad, but it was a little boring. So I said to myself, how about I push one of these aspects further? Because that's a good way to make your designs more interesting. And after thinking, I thought that the most noticeable aspect about Markiplier nowadays is that he is an OG. In other words, he is old. Well, his channel, not him. So I made this sketch where I really pushed that aspect further, but I needed to do one more sketch. So after seeing that I was making the same type of shapes, I wanted to do one that was different, but still using the ideas behind the last one. And after making the last sketch, I was convinced that the second was the one. I mean, the third is not bad, it's very funny and charming, but the second is just amazing. And here you have the final product. What do you think? I really like it. It is so adorable and relatable. I'm very happy with this one. Now, the next one was to be decided, and the roulette would choose it. And the one who chose was Dr. Mike, which is amazing. I have watched some videos and I really like them. And the mascot type came out as Mammals. And I think that's a perfect fit for a nice doctor, because we normally relate better to mammals, and are the most common pets, like cat, dogs, tigers, bunnies, hamsters, you know, the usual stuff. And don't ask me why, but I thought of a marmot wearing doctor clothes as the first concept. So that's what I sketched, and even though it's not a great sketch, I think it's hilarious. Then I thought about making a dog similar to a golden retriever puppy, And here, as I was sketching things, concepts were unfolding alone. And what started as a cute puppy ended up as a mini ambulance that is absolutely adorable. And I added the chest compressing sign because Dr. Mike says that a lot. And to be honest, after doing the sketch, I knew that I was going to do this one. But I had to do the third sketch. So I started making a bunny, and I don't know why, but the sketch started to look absolutely creepy. So I gave up on that one, and I ended up doing the puppy. By the way, if you are enjoying the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because it helps a lot morally. Here is the final painting, and this one, at the moment, was my favorite. It is unhealthy how cute it is. So I went to the roulette and spun it once more to see what would be the next YouTuber. And that one was Chat, which I have seen a couple of videos and they are absolutely hilarious. Then the mascot type for this one was Invertebrates. That I have to say that at first I didn't know how to tackle this one. So to get the ideas going on, I chose an octopus to draw, because yes, and made a sketch that, to be honest, doesn't serve its purpose, but sometimes you just have to do something to unblock your ideas. Then, after doing that, it came to my mind that she is a person that watches stuff in a chill way and then makes a script for the video. So I thought about a snail using the shell as a couch to watch things. Also, she has a funny tiredness that works very well with a snail. So I did a sketch trying to play with the shapes and the flow, and it came out very decent. But for the third sketch I wanted to take again the octopus and add some aspects of the snail. But instead of going for the tired funny aspect, I wanted to represent more of the comical side, and after doing that sketch, I was happy with the result. Something that I really like from this one is that the octopus has marks emulating Chat's hair. Also, the color palette was highly inspired by the banner of the channel, which has some nice colors. And here you have the finished piece, which came out very well. But I think that I should have added some reflections in the skin for some shininess. And here I was starting to get some fatigue, but I still had energy for two more. So I went again to spin that wheel, and the odds is out came out. Then the mascot type that I had to do was magic. Okay, this combination was a pain in the ass at first, because I have never watched this channel, so I had to go and watch a video before doing anything else. Specifically, I watched the video about the screaming goats, and the vibe that I got from him was a very funny and cozy storyteller. Now, how I would tie up that with magic? Well, the thing was to make something not that specific and more abstract. So my first sketch was like a sort of a star. Like, this is the feeling that I got in the most pure way. Then for the next sketch I thought to specify more the elements to see how it would look like. And after doing this weird wish star that is telling a story with a book, I was not convinced. So for the last sketch I went for the funny side, regaining the abstract aspect. And the sketch is a good one, but I think that the first one is the best, because it's the one I did with the fresh feeling and the first impression of the video. And because I'm tackling this in a more impressionist way, that fresh feeling pays off a lot. So, here you have the completed painting, and I think it's absolutely adorable. I love it. I went back for the roulette to get the last pairing, so I spun that wheel and Moist Critical came out, and that's perfect for me because I actually use a lot of his videos to learn English, and the mascot type that came out was Plant. I have to say that I'm extremely sad that only came out 2 types of animals. I would have loved to do more. Anyway, so I actually, as I said, I watched a lot of videos from Charlie, so I have a good grasp of the vibe that he has. And he is like a low voice, relaxed, hilarious guy that comments a lot of absurd stuff on the internet and plays some video games. Now, wanting to play with the moist word, I decided to make the first sketch an aloe vera that came out very good, but with low character. Then I remembered that Charlie is a very old YouTuber, so I could apply the same aspect that with Markiplier's Mascot and make it old. So still wanting to implement the same aspects that I did in the first sketch, I came out with a mossy guy, that now that I look at it, I don't know why he is sad, and also still wasn't good enough. I had to do the last sketch, and I decided to do an old mushroom that is trying to collect some water drops, and this little guy is definitely moisty. And here you have the last finished mascot, and I'm very happy with this one. So, out of all the mascots, which one is your favorite? Let me know in the comments. For me, it is the last one. I found it very funny and also came out very beautifully. And I know that mushrooms are not technically plants, but I like the idea so much that I had to break the rules a little bit. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video and a hug to everyone. Bye!